What's up, guys? We're doing another Those Once Little Battle Report. I'm here with Pete. I'm Ryan. We're going to be doing an ITC practice game for Pete because I'm not going to be playing a tournament for a while. But what did you bring?
I brought 2,000 points of Catachans.
Fuck yeah. And I'm going to be the corniest fucking son of a bitch in the room, and I've got Deathwatch and the Loyal 32 and Leviathan and a bunch of Storm Shields, and yeah, we're going to see how it goes. There's a big tank. So, yeah, let's see what happens. And this is 2,000 points of Catachans. What do we got here?
All right, we've got the Shadow Sword.
Of course.
You know, Volcano Cannon, just 2 sponsons, so 18 heavy bolter shots coming out of that thing.
Nice.
This is a Trojan support vehicle. My own kit bash here.
I like that dish. I like that dish.
Transport capacity, it's comes in really handy. Allows whatever vehicle within 6 inches that it targets to reroll all failed hits, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it's sick.
Atlas support vehicle, I still need to kit bash out something to make it look better.
Yeah.
But it's basically an overpriced tech priest.
Yeah, what is Forge World? No, nobody uses that.
You know, well, Forge World discontinued it. It's not my fault. I can't give them $300 for their models.
If anybody from GW is watching this, we need the Atlas support vehicle back, you fucking assholes.
Okay, my Chimera, otherwise known as Can of Whoop Ass.
Here we go.
Because once it gets halfway down the field, it opens a can of whoop ass. This is the Lehman Russ Harker's Hammer.
Fuck yeah.
This is the Lehman Russ Babe.
What are all the marks on the side?
The marks are actual units that these vehicles took their last wound.
I love it.
So everything I've blown off the table with Babe or the Shadow Sword, which has been in 3 games, has 3 marks. That's
sick.
Shadow Sword lifespan. The Lehman Russ Mad Dog, when I started running out of names for Lehman Russ. So Mad Dog is a DACA Russ with the Exterminator cannons and 3 heavy bolters, and there's a heavy stubber that I forgot in my box at home.
All right, is this the Emperor's Fist?
This is an Emperor's Fist tank company set up as a Supreme Command detachment to bring the Shadow Sword in.
Gotcha.
So all 3 are Lehman Russ tank commanders, firing off on Ballistic Skill 3. The Relic Battle Cannon is right here on Babe. So Babe set up with 2 plasma cannons, the las cannon, and then Harker's Hammer is just how I like to have my Lehman Russ.
Sweet.
We've got the Manticore over here.
Cool.
And then
is it a heavy hitter?
Oh, definitely a heavy hitter. And then we've got our Loyal 32 spread out here with grenade launcher, mortar, sniper mortar. Put a bolt gun on your sergeants. There's no reason not to. It's 1 point.
Yeah.
And then our warlord here, Colonel Greg.
Oh, Greg, he's back.
And his friend, the Primaris Psyker, who will get like 2 powers off.
Yeah.
And then in our Vanguard, we have a unit of Catachan veterans kitted out with lots of fire.
Nice.
They will be joined in their Chimera with Colonel Strachan. Not the real Strachan model. This is a kit bash.
Good enough.
And my Minosortium Priest, obviously not a priest model, also a kit bash.
Yeah.
I prefer my Catachans to look Catachan-y.
Yeah, tough,
like
muscly.
Like my nice tech priest kit bash right there.
Yeah, they don't look like actual infantry with big muscles. Arnold Schwarzenegger looking motherfuckers. Why bother?
Yeah, no, this, you know, everybody has to look like Vietnam vets in the 41st millennium.
Cool, and that is 2,000 points of Catachans. So let's show you the Deathwatch and Assassins. And here it is. 2,000 points of Deathwatch and Assassins. Oh no, who are these guys? Oh god, there's Loyal 32 in here too. Oh man, I'm corny as hell. So what we got here is 2 battalions, 2 veteran squads, basically almost identical. 5 Storm Shield, Storm Bolter, 2 frag cannons, 1 Vanguard vet with the Power Maul and Storm Shield, 2 Terminators, 1 with sword, 1 with axe. And the next one over, there's a mace and a fist on the Terminators. Same exact thing besides that though. And on this, we have a mixed intercessor squad with 5 intercessors, a aggressor, and an inceptor, so they can fall back and shoot. And then 5 hellblasters, just normal hellblaster dudes, to let me unlock the Relic Leviathan Dreadnought. This pay no attention to this. This is magnetized, but he's actually going to be rocking a claw, so this thing's going to be spinning around really fast this game or something. But claw's still on its way, but he's running a claw this time. And leading it off is my Warlord, the Watchmaster. He's going to have Watch Eternal, giving any infantry units a 6-up Feel the Pain around him, and the Watch Captain, who has a Thunderhammer and Bolter, and he's going to be rocking the Space Wolves Pauldron, so I can remember that. And he's going to have the Beacon Angelus relic, so I can teleport any of these tricksy units around the board. For the Execution Force, 1 Calidus, 1 Calexis, 1 Vindicare, 1 Eversor. And they're going to be extremely annoying, but not so much for a tank, I don't think. I don't think for a tank.
We'll see how that works out against a parking lot.
Yeah, there's going to be a parking lot, so these guys might not be doing too much this game, but they're here. And then over here, the Token Loyal 32. All the units have a Voxcaster in each unit. The Sergeant is Chainsword and Las Pistol in all of them. 2 of them have grenade launchers. 1 of them does not have any special weapon. So this guy right here, don't worry about him. He's not doing anything in this game. He's just got a really big Las Pistol, a flashlight, if you will. The Company Commander, Las Pistol and Power Fist, and the Primaris Psyker with Night Shroud and Mental Fortitude. I'm paying an extra command point to give him the Karav's Aquila. And that is 2,000 points of some janky-ass Imperial shit. So we'll see how this goes against the parking lot. Alright, and here is the battlefield. We're going to be playing the Mission 6, or Scenario 6 of the ITC. And we've got a objective in the center, and evenly placed objectives on all 4 corners here from these sides of the board. That one's way over there behind a mortar squad. So as it stands right now, Pete is actually getting the +1, but over here we got the Vindicare right here on this terrain. The Intercessors all just kind of mobbed up next to these guys right here, excuse me. The Hellblasters in this building. The Captain with the jetpack inside the building, kind of surrounded by some dudes. The 1 infantry squad, the 3rd infantry squad, the squad of veterans with storm shields over here, surrounding these guys, my Primaris Psyker and the company commander. And in Deep Strike, we've got a veteran squad, and the Eversor, the Calidus, and the Calexis, my Watchmaster and the Leviathan, with a claw and not the Graflux. And for the forces of the Imperial Guard, what do we got going on over here?
Well, we've got just some infantry blocking off the corner. Cannon Whoop-Ass is set here poised to charge out to Objective 2.
Yeah.
The Atlas and the Trojan are supporting the Shadow Sword. It takes 200 points of support vehicles to make a 500-point vehicle worth of damn. Babe is parked on Objective 3, along with another squad of infantry. Colonel Greg is hiding in the house, bubble-wrapped by the rest of that squad.
Nice and safe.
Safe as houses. Daka Russ is at a nice alley of fire at nothing that you deployed over there. Harker's Hammer is over here lining up his sights on your squad of guardsmen. And we've got the Manticore here, buried in the first floor. And somewhere in there is Sergeant Harker giving a nice reroll ones bubble.
There he is. Okay, we found him. Cool. Looks good. So, you're getting the +1. So, go ahead and roll, and I'll roll your dice after you roll it.
3.
A
Crap.
3.
Well, that's like a waste of a +1.
And I get a 6. Would you like to seize?
Well, of course. Why do my dice like you better than me?
Oh, it's a 4, and I think I should take it. I think with all these tanks here, it's probably a good idea that I take the first turn. So, yeah, we'll do Deathwatch, Imperial Janky Assassins list, turn 1. Turn 1 movement for the Janky Deathwatch and Assassins. All these guys, the Guardsmen moved in advance. These guys just moved normally. Try to get this guy in range of these dudes, but 18 inches is not very good on those heavy bolters for those guys, so they're not going to be shooting this turn. Vindicare stood still. These guys moved in advanced. The company commander moved in advanced. These guys just moved down to get in range of the Daka tank. This guy just kind of stayed here but peered around the corner at this, but is avoiding some pesky snipers over there. And these guys also moved in advanced. As you can see, the captain moved in advance, and I think this is the earliest I've ever used this relic, but he used the Beacon Angelus to just move them from here to over here. So 9 inches away from whoever's in this building, and 9 inches away from that tank. So hopefully I can get a charge, maybe. If not, they're going to be out in the open, and hopefully the storm shields can guard me from that thing. But yeah, we'll come back to you with the psychic phase. And in the psychic phase, my primary psychic got Night Shroud on the company commander because I really don't want him to get sniped by those pesky snipers. So that is the end of the psychic phase. We'll come back to you after the shooting. Shooting for the Deathwatch is wrapping up. So these guys over here advanced so they couldn't shoot. These guys just unloaded all their stuff into the infantry in the building. All these dudes came down, and I did the 2 CP to add 1 for the wound rolls on this vet squad, and then my mission tactic is reroll 1s against heavy support. So all these dudes unloaded into the Daka tank and just took it out. It also exploded and CP'd it, and now it didn't explode, so that's pretty cool. These guys shooting in the building ended up only taking nothing out because they made their saves, so that's pretty cool. These guys chipped off wounds off the tank to help them. And over here, the intercessors just shot into the guys in the terrain and took out 1, right? Only one? Only 1 dude. And the Vindicator hits on 2s when he stands still, and he got a 1. I tried to do the turbo penetrator round on the character tank over there and rolled a 1. So that's pretty cool. So that is that for the shooting. We'll come back to you after charging. And the Deathwatch charging and fighting phase is pretty much just this. We kind of just summed it all up. They got their 9-inch charge in with a reroll. All these guys piled in and attacked and consolidated, and he attacked back and didn't do anything to me. I only took out 1 guy, right?
Yep.
So these guys are just really mixed in over here. I contemplated, and it is really obnoxious, doing the 3 CP to attack again and maybe take some of them out and like get 1 wrapped, but I don't really know if it's worth it. So that is that. And at the end of this round, I think the only thing I ended up taking out was the tank. So you've got a lot of prime targets for kills. You can get kill more very, very easily right now. So yeah, that is my turn, and we'll come back to you with first turn for the Catachans. Movement for the Imperial Guard. What's going on over here?
All right. The Shadow Sword pulled forward a little bit just to open up some space in the backfield. The wounded Rust commander scooted over to the side. The Atlas charged right up onto him to get in healing range.
Nice.
Trojan dumped out its contents. We've got a Tech Priest hiding in cover.
Nice.
And we've got a Psyker hiding behind cover.
Cool.
And then that's about it for movement. And then the Atlas repaired the wounded Russ.
Sounds good. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Cannon Whoop-Ass when it's full distance.
Oh yeah, he's going in. There's nothing else to lose at this point. All right, so we will come back to you after the psychic phase. And in the psychic phase, his primary psyker took out one of my Terminators and one of my vets with the Storm Shield and Storm Bolter. So we'll come back to you after the shooting phase for lots of tanks.
See you in an hour.
All right, the Imperium is back on top. Why don't you run us down the line and tell us how many things did the tanks destroy this turn?
The tanks destroyed 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4 kills. The Chimera moved up, softened up that squad of guard that used to live there. They took some more plinking from this squad of guard.
Mm-hmm.
The Trojan emptied. 10 guys took a lot of shooting to take care of.
Yeah.
The Trojan did his best there, and finally, when it came down to it, the Shadow Sword spun 1 sponson around, unloaded 2 heavy bolters into the last 2 men standing, and took them out.
Gotta love that.
Then the Shadow Sword, with help from the Trojan, opened up on this squad of veterans here.
Mm-hmm.
Took out 2 whole veterans.
Yeah.
With a tank that normally melts Titans.
Yeah. 2 whole, and then what happened after that, though?
With a little help from these guys plinking away at them, and the Atlas took pot shot, and the Relic Battle Cannon smoked them.
Yep. That thing has historically been my main enemy for the last few months, is that Relic Battle Cannon. Jesus Christ. I also made I made 1 out of 4 fucking 3-up invul saves. So that wasn't good.
Harker's hammer did his job and erased the squad there.
Yep.
These guys took a couple pot shots at the watch leader dude that was chilling there.
The captain.
The captain put 1 wound on him, and then we dropped an entire Storm Eagle missile.
Yeah.
And put 8 damage on a guy that only had 4 wounds left.
Yeah, and I mean, you can correct us in the comments, but the rule for characters is you can only target them if the closest visible, even if you're shooting them out of the line of sight. But it's a mana core, so whatever. He got smoked. He got a missile dropped on him. So if we were wrong in doing that, then let us know. But if not, then whatever. So that is that. I'm gonna say that you definitely got Killmore.
I got Killmore.
Yeah, you definitely got Killmore. What about Holdmore though?
I'm holding 2.
Yep, to
and
my
you were holding
2. Yeah, so we're holding the same. So I get a kill and a hold, and you definitely get Killmore.
Yep.
So
and then I got 1 for killing one of your characters on my secondary.
Headhunter. And anything else? Oh, the veteran squad that marked is still in Deep Strike, so you didn't get that one yet.
Yep.
And I think that's about it. So yeah, and I didn't get any secondaries that I know of.
Did you declare my tanks for secondaries?
No, I didn't. I should have. Well, it was recon and well, actually no, I did big game hunter. Yeah, so I do get that one. So yeah, so no recon, but I do get big game hunter. So
I'll give you a secondary.
Yeah, so cool. And we will see what I can do to try to maybe pull this back. This list that I play is kind of known for being turn 2 strong, but we will see. There is a giant tank and a few other ones. So yeah, we'll come back to you with turn 2 for the Deathwatch and Assassins and Imperial Guard that look like KD. All right, and movement phase is wrapped up. The Vindicator stood still because he doesn't really have any targets. There's nobody out in the open. His Warlord Greg is like inside of a building currently, and the Primaris Psyker is behind that building. So I can't really get him into a position, so he's just gonna sit here and shoot some dudes. These guys all moved up. The Aggressor stood still, however. These guys moved in advanced. The company commander moved in advanced. The guys down here just popped off the building so they can get a line on that tank over there. The what else moved? Oh, this guy moved over here to stay on this objective. And out of Deep Strike, the Leviathan, the Watchmaster, and the other vet squad all came in. The Calexis came in to just kind of stay on this objective just in case. The Eversor is evenly 9 from them and these guys over here. And the fucking Calidus is right in there. 5 inches exactly from his Warlord and those guys over there. So that is the Trixie Assassin's deployment. Let's see if I can make this count, because this is the turn where things are really going to go sour if I can't make it. Can't make anything die. So we'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. And in the Psychic phase, this dumb idiot didn't get his Psychic phase off, so there will be no Night Shroud for anybody over here. So we'll come back to you after shooting. And turn 2 for the Deathwatch shooting is wrapped up. Over here, these guys just unloaded onto this with the help of the Vindicator and got it down to 4 wounds. The guys over here also tried to plink some wounds off, but he made all the saves. These guys overcharged and brought the tank commander down to 6. This guy did his D3, I'm going to shoot you with my face attack onto these guys over here. He also did his Executioner pistol into the same unit, took a few of them out. The Stormbolters took out the rest over here, so 1, 2, 3 Stormbolters went there. The rest of the Stormbolters, the Frag Cannons, and the Terminators all went into this. And the Meltagun took 5 damage off. The Storm Cannon Ray took, I don't know, it's down to 2 now.
Right,
so
we're messed up.
3 and 2, and I've gotten this squad down to 5. So, and that is where we're at with shooting. So now we're into the charge phase, and this is where I need this to go off without a hitch, basically, or I'm going to leave a lot of stuff out in the open for that thing to shoot, which is not going to be very fun. So, we'll come back to you after the sneaky assassins and all these big Stormbolter wielding dudes try to make a charge. And the charge phase for Deathwatch is done. So, over here, these guys got a 10-inch charge, so they just kind of wrapped them. They're going to consolidate and kind of bubble wrap that little guy there. Over here, the Leviathan failed to make the charge in and took a few wounds in Overwatch from the tank commander, but the veterans got in and the Watchmaster also got in. So They will be consolidating hopefully into that mana core and tying it up so it can't shoot the next turn without falling back. I think the only one, oh yeah, he attempted to charge up here, nothing happened. The Eversor made a charge into the Greg and this unit right here, and the Calidus came out of the building and charged Greg. So that is the charge. We'll come back to you after the fight phase. Charge phase for Deathwatch and Assassins is done. So over here, I had a little snafu and didn't activate my veterans first, and the Watchmaster went in and like somehow chopped the tank in half. So took him out, and then I couldn't actually get the distance to lock up the mana core, which is okay. Over in the back here, the Calidus and Greg. Oh no, Greg's gone. Yeah, but that was because the Eversor actually went ham on him and the unit back there. So did the strat to attack twice and took out the little mortar squad back there and tagged the tank, which I don't think matters because I'm pretty sure you can fall back and shoot. And the Calidus is just going to chill out in that building for a little bit. And over here, these guys just wrapped this Chimera and got it down to 3 wounds because the Power Fist missed. And that is it for the fighting phase. So now we'll come back to you with the movement for Catachans.
All right, well, he stayed still and used jury rigging, so he's back in his middle profile.
Nice.
I forgot to move them. All right, the Tech Priest came out of hiding. The Atlas and the Leman Russ put him back into his top profile. The Shadow Sword decided to park on the center objective. The Trojan followed suit. Colonel Strachan and a Minosaurtium Priest jumped out of the Chimera. And these guys came down off of their Deep Strike Denial perch and have a pretty good shot at charging into guys who are locked in combat.
Yeah, pretty good chance, I think. And that's it, right?
Yep, that's all the moving we did.
Sweet. So we'll come back to you after the psychic phase. And the psychic phase, the Primaris Psyker decided to just smite this guy and got 3 damage off of him. So the Eversor is now down to 1 wound. We'll come back to you after the shooting phase. All right, shooting is done for the Catachans, Catachans. So what happened here?
Okay, let's see. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, the Eversor just didn't even get hit by anything.
He had bad touch, so he had to fall back.
Yeah.
So everybody piled on with las pistols and 2 heavy bolters and
nothing
bounced off him. In Overwatch, the mana core took out like a dude or 2.
Yeah, I think one guy on a storm shield.
One guy, yeah. And then the Shadow Sword took out 8 men from that squad with heavy bolter fire. Threw everything else in the Leviathan that plinked it off with its Invul shield.
4-up Invul came in the fucking clutch that time. Didn't work on the Knight the last time that we played together. The night my Chaos Knight got fucking evaporated in the first turn. So I think 4-up Invuls kind of swing like that, I think. But yeah, anything else?
No, that's...
All right, we're into the charge phase now. So over here, all these guys wrapped my wrap. That's fourth wall breaking as hell, I think. And over here, these guys charge into the Eversor, and the Calidus heroically intervened into the Atlas. And over here, the giant tank is running these guys over. This is going to go really well, I think. And I think that's all the charges, right?
Yep, that's all the charges.
Yeah, just run over my 3 guys with a giant tank. So we'll come back to you after the fighting. And in the combat phase, the Wrap is slowly destroying the other Wrap. So he took out 2 of my intercessors. I tried to actually interrupt over here, and it didn't really do any good. I thought I could take him down with a Power Fist or 2, but it actually didn't even matter. Over here, the Priest failed to actually take out the Eversor because he's a bastard. When I heroically intervened over here, he took out the Priest with a crazy blurry barrage of 8 attacks, and then she took 4 wounds off of this with her Face Sword. And the tank, wow, surprise, surprise, he ran over everything and consolidated towards those guys. And that is it. So now we're going to go on to turn 3 for the Deathwatch and Assassins and all this. And movement is wrapped up, so the Vindicator stood still. These guys, since the jetpack was the one that was locked up, he flew over them and they fell back and they could still shoot because of that. This guy stood still on this objective because he's just going to get smoked by this thing, but he got Night Shroud off. These guys just conga lined up here to get a clear line of sight on the tank. The Colexus stood still. This guy stood still. All these guys kind of conga lined through this precarious little building here, and the Watchmaster moved up. And the Calidus over here fell back so she could still shoot and charge into that guy. And the Eversor, oh, where'd he go? He's inside the building now. So that is that, and we'll get back to you after the shooting phase. All right, shooting is wrapped up for Assassins and Death Guard and whatever else. The Vindicator took out the Priest over here, tried to pop the double kill stratagem to take out Strachan, and he made a 6-up save because he's got a 3-up save. So that's pretty cool. All these guys unloaded into him and took him down to 1 wound. The Calidus over here got this guy down to 1 wound, the Primary Psyker with her Neuro Scrambler. The Eversor still inside the building, just screaming. These guys over here all overcharged and lost 1 dude, but took the tank commander down to 3 wounds. The this is where things got really interesting. So I did all 10 shots at that guy, and he made a lot of really good saves. I did the Melt-A-Gun over here, and even with a reroll to wound him on a 3, I still couldn't wound him. So I had to put all of this firepower into a 1-wound Mana Core. Oh, it's annoying. But now I'm at least in charge range of Harker in here, so that's pretty cool. And I think that's about it. Oh, I forgot to shoot my Psyker. Oh, no. So we will come back to you after the... Oh yeah. Well, he's got Night Shroud.
You forgot to use your last pistol.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could have done so much damage.
Pistol could have put a wound on the Shadow Sword.
Yeah, of course. Maybe in a different dimension. So we'll come back to you after the charge phase. And for the charge phase, these guys just all piled into Harker in here, and the Watchmaster made a long bomb charge on these guys up on the balcony. Over in this direction, the Calidus made like a 0% chance of failing charge on this guy, and there's no Overwatch, and all those guys are just staying still. I don't know, what do you think? Should I charge in my Hellblasters into the giant tank? I'm thinking these Primaris dudes are probably dead next turn, so at least they did some damage onto the tank at least, but rest in peace, little guys. So we'll come back to you after the fight phase. And for the fight phase, the Calidus took out this Psyker, and then consolidated into the satellite tank. And the Watchmaster cut through all these guys with his Guardian Spear, and all these guys just bonked Harker in the face with their frag cannons and all that. And that is it. So we'll come back to you with movement for the Catachans. Can they run my guys over? Shooting phase is wrapped up over here. So the Catachans over here just barraged these intercessors and finally took them out, dug them out of their little hole. Over here, the Shadow Sword split fire and took out all these guys over here with the heavy bolters, and then this giant cannon killed my Leviathan. Surprise, surprise. If I had a reroll, I would have probably rerolled a 3, but I didn't have it. And over here, the tank commander also erased like 3 of these guys. And that is, I think, about it. And now he's going to charge my Psyker, which really means he's just going to run him over. So we'll come back to you after this is done. Charging and fighting is wrapped up. So his Shadow Sword over here backed up over my Primary Psyker, and actually made a 6-up save, luckily, and he only took 3 damage, so he's down to 1 wound. Tried to smack him with the Force Stave and didn't do anything. And the only other one we had was the Eversor over here, and he did 8 attacks with the Power Sword and took 2 wounds off of that guy. And I'm pretty sure that thing gets an attack back, right? Or at least two or 3.
Ooh, oh yeah, no, he's in middle bracket, so
yeah,
he has 1d3 attacks.
1 6s.
Nothing.
So that is that. So we'll come back to you after movement for Deathwatch. Movement and psychic phase are wrapped up for the Assassins and Deathwatch here. These guys just came out of the building. The Watchmaster got behind this building so he doesn't get a cannon up the ass if all these veterans go away pretty soon. The Eversor stayed in combat with this guy. The Calidus swung around here to try to get a charge off next turn, or this turn, and my Primary Psyker scooted back and also did a 1 Mortal Wound Smite onto the Shadow Sword. And my Vindicator over in the corner stood still. And that is it for movement and psychic. We'll come back to you after the shooting. And shooting is wrapped up. So over here, all these dudes, the frag cannons split off into this guy, got him down to 6 wounds, and all the storm bolters split off into him, got him down to 1 wound. Just one. And the Cowardice missed. And the Vindicator hit and failed to wound. Failed to wound. And over here, the Watchmaster failed to take a wound off. And that is that. So now we are going to get into the charge phase. We'll come back to you after that. And charging and fighting is wrapped up. The Cowardice came in and fucking swatted the tank. Oh my god. This is Pete. This is a small victory for me. Let me revel in it.
You took out
these tanks.
You took out 3 Lehman Russ tank commanders.
The Relic tank is the biggest pain in my ass. Oh my god. Yeah. Especially for unless when I'm playing Chaos, it's especially bad. But and then the Eversor did all of his attacks and got this thing down to 1 wound, and that's all we had. So now we're going to go on to the turn 4 for the Catachans. Can they blow all my shit up? They probably can.
All right. We are trying to get the Trojan out of line of sight, but within 6 inches of the Shadow Sword. Hopefully it's going to do its job. Otherwise, the Guard are screwed. Oh crap! Yeah, no, that was a bad movement phase. All right. The Veterans and the Wounded Chimera are coming in to roast the Vindicator. Moved on to an objective here.
Nice.
Running out of troops.
Yeah, it's slim pickings on both sides, but at the end of the day, the Imperium really wins, and that's all that matters. So we'll come back to you after the shooting phase. And shooting and the charge phase and fight phase are wrapped up for turn 4? Was it turn 4?
Turn 4 or 5, I'm lost.
I know, I'm getting lost too. So the Shadow Sword just unloaded all the stuff into these guys, took a few of them out. The Psyker over here just got gunned down. My Vindicator over there got flamed to hell. And over here in the fight phase, these 2 guys just went to town on the Atlas Recovery tank and took him out. And that is about it for that. So we'll come back to you with, I think now we're going on to turn 5. I have to check the footage, but I'm pretty sure it's turn 5. So we rolled to see if the game was going to keep on going after turn 5, and it does not. So at this point, it is 20 for the Catachans or Catachans, and 27 for the Deathwatch and Assassins.
So I guess they're Catachans.
They Catachant this time. If it kept on going to 6, what do you think would happen?
I think in turn 6, the Shadow Sword probably would have gotten me my last point for what was that, March for Death or whatever.
Yeah. But so you were going second though, I would have known that. These guys can't do anything, and they would have just went in the building.
So you would have protected yourself from that happening.
So you would have at least gotten a kill with him, though, because everything going into him, hitting on 6s even, you're going to kill him with something.
Yeah.
So
I might have scored a kill on that, because literally the only things I had for shooting anything left would have been the Trojan and the Shadow Sword.
Yeah, exactly. They're just over there just having a Catachan flamer party over there,
yeah,
so they got that one.
I could advance as far as I could, but I wouldn't be able to get in shooting range. So
yeah, exactly.
One mortar, the Shadow Sword. I don't think I would have gotten anything other than hold more on turn 6.
Yeah, because you could have just backed up over to that objective, moved out for this one. I don't think the Assassins do anything to that thing, even with 6 wounds. Maybe if it gets lucky, but probably not, because I'd have to move out and then charge through a wall to get to it, and I just don't see that happening. So you definitely hold more on that one. But I could probably deny you the kills if I really wanted to, because if I knew you're going to have 3 regardless, all these guys just go in the building,
yep,
including him. So it's kind of even on either side, but it was a really, really close game. I feel like it was down to like the last 2 turns. It was like, holy shit, things are dying, like I didn't expect to take this guy and that thing out at all. I thought I was going to get killed in Overwatch with the tank.
That Overwatch was insane.
Yeah,
honestly. Being able to pop defensive gunners with my last CP and scoring 5 shots with the battle cannon, that relic cannon should have flattened her.
Yeah, seriously.
To not get a single hit.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, that is that. And it's a really close game. I mean, this list, I've already played against this with the Chaos. My Chaos list with the Knight in it, and just you smoked me. So this is a way closer game though. So yeah, thanks for coming over. It's fun as always. And I think that about wraps us up. So thank you for watching, and check us out. We got Instagram, we got Facebook, and yeah, thank you for watching.